1, 2. Yep.
Okay, so it's E. Let me change that real quick.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Advanced audio properties. Okay.
We want ocean sunwash citrus or sunwash citrus ocean?
No, that's not. Settings here. Sorry.
How dare you?
Hey, sorry. This is audio. Fuck.
Mic auxiliary audio, or is this default? There you go. Microphone.
Hello. Okay, let's see. Yep. All right. Now you can mute. You got everything working.
Yeah, we just.
So, a little bonus. Today's Thursday, right?
Yes.
Tuesday, I think. Yeah, Tuesday. I was like, oh, yo, I found out that there's a Filipino restaurant that's nearby my house. I'm gonna
Sneak
order it from
is
DoorDash.
the music video,
Mhm.
and then Bag is their sketch,
Alright.
and then everything else is the same.
And I was like, oh, sick, it's should be pretty dope fucking food. I actually really like Filipino food, but I was like, I only know like 4 items. I know I like those items, so I'm gonna get them. Cool. And then I was like, oh, this is really expensive. I'm not gonna
No, I
get it.
like those items, so I'm like, get it.
So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna get pollo campero instead. And I was like, oh, it's a pretty good price. It's way cheaper and stuff like that. But in my head, I was like, yeah, but what if you're gonna get lumpia though? And I was like, fuck, all right, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to the Filipino
Pollo
food.
campero gives you greasy booty though.
It does. But then I get the Filipino food, and it like I literally have like 8 bites in total of every item that like combined from all the items that I've eaten. Lower the volume. Just so it doesn't get picked up. And dude, I was so upset because I wasted so much money on food that I didn't end up eating, and I was like, I could have got a little bit better on that. It would have been happy.
Okay, I'm sorry to all my Filipino friends out there, but Jollibee is not that good. It's not that good. Filipino food really isn't that. Like, there's
I
like,
love Filipino food. What?
bro, cause like, okay, a lot of Filipino food
Wait.
tastes like it's the same as like regular American food. Let's go.
Welcome to Enjoy the Buzz. We're already kind of midway through a conversation. Continue
But
going.
there's always there's this like something's like off. Like, I don't know if they're using a different oil. Like, it tastes the same, but it's just slightly off. You know?
Yeah.
It's like when I'm eating like my little Jollibee and I dip it in the mashed potatoes. Even if I'm alone in my room, I feel like I'm being stared at from afar. Like something feels off. Like I can't really explain it. Sometimes it's fire. Sometimes I go to the weddings and stuff, and I'm just like I can't stop eating. I'm gorgeous. Other times when it's like an establishment like Jollibee's, like it's not that great. All right, I'd rather have fucking Popeyes or KFC or something.
Yeah, and also like okay, I had to kind of. Okay, we're really derailed this entire episode. Okay, but I guess we're talking about chicken right now. So another thing that I noticed too is like Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's is good.
Never been. I hear good things.
It's a good chicken. No arguments. Honestly, would rather get Popeyes any day of the week. Raising
what
Cane's
is good though? Dave's Hot Chicken. You need to try some Dave's Hot Chicken.
Dave's Hot Chicken.
That is some good ass
chicken. That sounds like some good chicken.
Yeah.
But you know what? We are not sponsored by Dave's Hot Chicken. We are not sponsored at all.
Not by Jollibee, not by Popeyes, not by KFC.
So enjoy that free advertisement for that. But we are Enjoy the Buzz. We started this episode kind of in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah, we're still figuring out our whole system.
But that's like kind of the fun part about being live is that we can we can have that very structured out intro, or we can just kind of say fuck it. And you know what? You can catch some nice little fun conversations that you haven't been able to see beforehand, and seeing some behind the scenes stuff. Us setting up, knowing how we get this entire
Think about
thing.
it. This is history. Eventually, Spotify and Apple Music are gonna have a podcast war bid over us, and you guys like, bro, I was there back when they were talking shit about Filipino food. Like that's how deep I go with these people.
Filipino food's good. Just gonna say that now for the future, before future us gets in a situation we're calling that Filipino food because this shit bomb.
I love it.
It just that place wasn't the move.
It's just
but what was the move?
I don't know where you're segueing with this.
I was hoping
he busted a move.
We might not be. We kind of busting the move. I'm kind of busting. Rewind time. It's rewind time, guys.
Per usual, as you expect, is a sketch from us all the time, right?
Correct.
And we got a little ambitious with one, but he busted a move.
Yeah, it's a really big project that we're super proud of. It's something that we have never made before in any format, not just on Enjoy the Buzz. So it's still in production. We didn't get it quite on time, but we got a sneak peek. For
nice little rough snippet for you guys. Check it out.
Nice little sneak peek.
All right. Play.
Hey baby girl, you know I got that money for real. It's the homie. Yeah, I got something to say. Mi torta. Well, it's early in the morning and my wallet's feeling lonely. Just feeding you, baby, got my credit feeling dead. And I don't know how to take it. What's up, me so crazy? You be eating all night, I can't afford it.
Got a full music production there going on. We're pretty excited for that one.
We shot at the location, we wrote lyrics for it, stuff like that.
But we're not gonna leave you hanging without a sketch.
Exactly.
We're gonna show you our very first sketch. And after rewatching, I gotta say, we all fucking killed it for our first sketch. Maybe the whole podcast needed some work. Probably still does. But our sketches are A1, alright? Yeah. They are A1, and you know what? If you don't know, this is the history of
how this came to be.
Let's check it out.
Do you ever feel like a shadow of your former self? Do you ever feel like you're past your prime, now having to think about what you put in your body? Remember getting shit-faced with the boys? The boys. Well, boy, don't we got a surprise for you. Introducing the happy hour thinking.
Nah, man, it's the happy hour. And you both got it wrong. It's the happy hour to something. Bag.
Introducing
fucking straw! Slizzy straw! Amazing! Also, we got liquid holder. It can hold your beer. It can hold your water. It can hold just about anything.
Oh man, there's a line at the boys' bathroom.
The boys! Also, we got cool. Whole reliable. Never failed me. Ever. Everyone else did. But you never failed me once. Also, we got the ball. Ooh. So don't be a bitch. Just buy it already. Do it. Buy it. Yo, if you buy it, I'll throw in the fucking key.
What the fuck are we gonna do with the key?
Durable.
Very dirty.
We are live again! I was prepared for it too. I knew when it was gonna end. I'm still like, oh wait, that's me on screen.
We're getting used to it.
We are back. Hopefully you enjoyed our first sketch again. There was also that little sneak peek that we had of our sketch to be premiering next week, hopefully.
You know what? I just made a thumbnail. I don't think I ever included it to this, so you guys are not gonna know the reference of today's episode, but it's a zombie episode.
Yeah!
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, zombies.
So, you know what? Fuck yeah, you know, zombies are super dope, so let's go ahead and fucking cheers to the zombie episode. You know, we would try and have these theme episodes when we can. We had the Pokemon theme episode. We might have a couple other ones in the pipeline in the very near future, because some stuff coming up.
And just, you know, just to keep on including how, like, hip and in the now we are. Look, we got the Travis Scott drink.
I forget that, so, like, okay, it's a seltzer, I know, but like, it's just like, it's so clear, and it threw my brain off for a while. Not gonna lie. But, as he mentioned, this is a zombies episode. There's a whole bunch of dope, different zombie stuff that's going on, but most importantly, it is Resident Evil's
Resident Evil. Let's go.
25th anniversary. It's crazy to think that I am just slightly older than Resident Evil. It's kind of
Just
wild.
slightly, I know. It's insane how many 25th anniversary were this year alone, but also it's like Resident Evil has been such a staple in like our culture. Like it's like really the. I didn't cheers with you.
Right. It tastes like a Capri Sun.
I have this Capri Sun story, but we're having too many little. Well, anyways, Resident Evil is big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as far as video games go, it's hard for them to have a successful movie franchise. Even if they suck, that movie kept going and going and going and going, right?
And it made money, too.
It made money, bro. Mila Jovovich, fucking Mike Epps, Project Alice, like, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy.
And now you're okay. The first two movies for sure were like they were good ass movies. The third one,
The third one was
it
good.
was good.
And
And then yeah,
it went mud from there. Yeah.
But it's we said it's Resident Evil's 25th anniversary, and because of that, they had a press conference and a lot of dope shit related to Resident Evil or Resident Evil affiliated stuff.
And it's a lot of shit.
It's a lot of
It's
shit.
a lot of shit. Okay, hold on. Quick thing, all right?
Yeah.
So, before I stopped them from answering this question, I want to know, Malcolm included, bring up Malcolm Mini.
Malcolm Minican. Malcolm Minican.
All right. I'm sorry. We're a bunch of guys that you got to throw this out there. Well, okay. Ada, Jill, or fucking Claire. Am I right there? Yeah.
Claire.
Yeah.
All right. You want to go? You want to answer first?
Ada. Duh.
It's got to be Ada.
Yeah, honestly, Ada.
I'm a man who enjoys legs, and that's our whole fucking thing. It's like, oh, that it's like,
Legs and
all
big
right.
ass guns. What's wrong with that? And she's so low key, you know. She only shows up when she wants to. So it's like, come on, girl, why you playing with me? She don't want to see more of you. Stop teasing me
She a
like
boss.
this.
She a queen. shows
She
up
makes you
when-
work for it. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
I have to beat this whole game just to get a glimpse of you, girl. Damn.
And then she's like, peacefully,
I'm
She a
glad.
whole queen.
I'm glad we're all in agreement here.
yeah, it's the only right answer in this situation.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a doll of Ada too. I got rid of it because I thought it was weird, and now that it's gone, it's like I low key miss it.
Probably was a lot of
Sitting
money
there on
by
the
now,
shelf.
too.
Probably, bro. Probably. Okay, but yeah, Resident Evil, a lot of big news. Bringing
Yeah.
a new movie on Netflix coming out with fucking Leon, and it looks so lifelike.
It looks so good. And the thing is, like, Resident Evil had always had really dope cinematics.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And
And their
especially
movies
the
have always
trailers.
been A1.
Mm-hmm. All their animated movies and stuff like that has always been super good. So just have another one in the series, especially with the new Resident Evil game coming out. Anything and everything is kind of on the table, but what can be involved in the whole situation?
A story that's easy to follow, hopefully.
It's not gonna be.
Because
It's not
the
gonna be. We both
okay,
know.
like, I expect convoluted stories from the video games because they're trying to tie them all together, and there's a lot going on
Yeah.
already. But like the movies for Resident Evil have always been way more confusing than the video games themselves. And like it's like, all right, okay, I watched an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's not that much information to retain and process and figure it out. No, like even if I rewatch the movie, I'm still like, why are they in the middle of this big ass circle tree thing? Like this is so confusing.
You know what's weird? Resident Evil has become one of these games that, like, I know it's not made by Hideo Kojima, but it honestly kind of feels that way when you're playing the games nowadays.
It's a blockbuster. It feels like fucking like the Call of Duty a zombie game.
I mean,
Before Call of Duty was really a thing.
I mean, not sorts like that direction, I guess. Like that does make sense though. But it's like everything, just like I don't understand what's going on. I know I'm fighting through a fucking horde of people, and shit's connected where I have no idea how. And so much stuff. It's like
I don't think it's
obscure shit.
Hideo Kojima confusing.
It isn't
That's
that
a whole
level
different
yet,
level.
but
Right.
it's like I'm like I wouldn't be surprised if he has some part in it because I'm just like I'm so lost, but I'm having so much fun at the same time.
Right.
Mm.
I can't get into Kojima games. I really
Cannot
can't.
do- Death
I
Stranding, I can't do
really
it.
cannot. Metal Gear, I've tried several. The mechanics always fun, always
Uh-huh.
awesome, but just like narratively and pacing wise, just like it's like I feel like I'm doing laundry playing the game.
I think the only Metal Gear game that I feel that way is the fifth one. The fifth one is just like it's really a chore to get.
Okay,
through.
I think that's the one that left the worst taste. Because
Yeah.
3, I remember 3 was actually dope, and those
They
weird
were so
shit.
much fun.
Like, if you wait out the boss enough, they start dancing and
Mhm.
getting almost naked and jumping on you sexually. Like, this is random.
and then 4
Or
had
just read a porno in the middle.
and then 4 had like just that story was so fucking well told, and you felt actually like guilty for fighting some of the bosses too. Just
Okay,
because
one thing I
writing
like
the
about
game.
one thing I like about that lore is like you're not really in the side of right or wrong. You're just
Mhm.
kind of like,
You're
this is my side and this is what
Exactly,
I'm doing.
that was dope.
Yeah.
But we know that's Metal Gear Solid 4. We're talking about Resident Evil. And speaking of the fourth the fourth entry in game series,
We're getting into the fourth dimension.
with the fourth game. That's segueing, bitches.
So if you haven't figured it out yet, a virtual reality game of Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking dope.
Because Resident Evil 4 needs another port and another way to sell that game again.
It's like Skyrim, you know, it's just gonna keep churning and keep churning and keep churning. It is what it
Just shoot out
is.
as many times as
Yeah.
possible. I think honestly, of all Resident Evil games, like that is, I think, the one that I would not have chosen to do a VR game.
I would choose that a lot because it still has the OG narrow corridors and stuff
Mhm.
like that outside of like some scenarios where you're like on a bridge or at the beginning when you're in the
Yeah.
town. So it still has very much that claustrophobic stuff where it's very controllable in a virtual reality space.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also very like it's just a slow paced shooter where it's like I'm not gonna go gunplaying. Like I can actually like I have time to like aim, shoot, and like they're gonna juke, you know, to stupid tentacle head, and then I
Yeah.
still got time to turn around to see if any assholes are behind me. So like I think that's honestly the best one to have its first VR game.
I guess okay. In terms of the combat,
maybe
and
not
like
the first, but first
okay,
full-fledged video game.
seeing it in that light, or like the way you presented it, okay, that makes a lot more sense now when I think about it that way. But it's like for me, especially towards like the second half of the game, there are so many different set pieces and there's so much shit going on.
A lot of puzzles,
Especially
and
a
stuff,
lot of the puzzles. Like you have to do a lot of different like vertical puzzles, going up and down shit all the time. Like that stuff gets pretty fucking disorienting. So it's like,
yeah.
just playing it as a game, I was getting confused on what I'm supposed to be looking at.
I'm confused about that too because like when I saw the Half-Life trailers, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a game we can move around in. I am not cool with the mechanic of zooming into what floor you want to go to and teleporting there. So I hope they figure out a way to get rid of that too.
Yeah.
Because like doing the puzzles while doing that, that's gonna be a pain in the ass because I like being able just to freely look around as opposed to like, right, zoom here, bloop. What do I got going on? I don't see nothing. Zoom here. All right. What can I solve here?
It really kind of takes you away from that whole feeling of it.
So I
but
hope they continue having that freeform.
Yeah, that's why I was like that. It's such a difficult game because that's really the only way I can see doing it. Because there's a lot of running in Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking running away from shit, running towards shit.
But the running is not like sprinting like 5.
It isn't, but it's like I feel like 4. There's so many long hallways you have to traverse through, and because you're running through that section and there's like it builds up that tension, and I can't really see that being done in VR. And if you're doing that, okay, that point and click, it's not gonna have that same feeling to it. Or like 1, 2, and 3, it has that tank controls a lot more, and especially since like 1 and 2 have just been recently made, so like having that in a VR with brand new models, brand new fucking updated graphics and stuff like that seems like the better option.
I hope it's the same team as Resident Evil, so they have like already like a strong knowledge of what they're capable of doing, you know, because they figured out a way to do movement well without you actually having to move.
True.
But you're still traversing through the room, so like obviously this is a whole different scale. I'm not gonna be drug around this time, so, but yeah, like I'm hopeful for it because even if it tanks, we need these daring moves to actually get VR to a place where it's true. I feel like it should have been by now. Like I don't expect Ready Player One yet, but I expected us to be a lot further along. And because I don't think people they're not doing these dares. Like they're not doing these big. Leap
honestly,
of faiths.
a lot of VR stuff, like there was so much hype for it, and it just kind of fell off of a cliff.
It's because every single person were taking it easy. I think that's the thing.
True.
I think that's the thing.
True.
But yeah, let's get back to zombies. Obviously, Village of Resident Evil 8 and Mercenaries, the new little multiplayer segment. They got new trailers. They look great. They look cool. We're still working on putting trailers on here.
We can't really show you. Hopefully, with future episodes, we can work on that. But first impressions, though, like, what was your opinions on seeing like the new Village trailer?
Okay, I was doing a lot of setup work, so I didn't see these recent trailers. But I saw a bit of the Village one, and it looks amazing. But it really did look amazing. I saw a part where I'm getting drugged again by this tall ass guy. I'm like, are all of these people tall? But like as we mentioned before we started the show, there's only one tall person that matters in that game. So that's cool. I have not seen the new Mercenaries trailer, but I hope it's better because the first Mercenaries trailer looks fucking butthole, bro. Have you seen it? Yeah, it looks terrible. It looks it looks bad, and like all the models are fucking rendered down. So I don't know how the frame rate is so bad, and like they have this like Borderlands effect where they shouldn't be processing as much going. Like I don't know the polygons. I don't know why it looks so bad. So I haven't seen this trailer. Hopefully it gives me a little bit more like excitement.
It might be something where like they're trying to make it as accessible to as many rigs as possible, and it's like they're trying to communicate with each other with like past gen, current gen. Also,
but you know damn well Village 8 isn't gonna show up on the Switch, and everything else could run it perfectly fine.
True. I don't know. It could be something where like they're gonna try and dish out the Mercenaries in its own right. But I've seen the full trailer for Village, and I'm officially bought in now. Like before, I was like, okay, cool concept. I still have not having the cojones to fucking finish 7 because that's a stressful.
It's fucking stressful.
And
it really
it's not even necessarily scary. It's just like I'm so on edge the entire time, and it's like I don't know. I don't like it.
I know a lot of people hate Resident Evil 6 because it was so blockbuster, but I would not mind another blockbuster Resident Evil game. Just like I say, I beat a Resident Evil game, but I wasn't stressed out in the process of doing it.
I think Village is, from the way the trailers are looking and from how like a lot of the gameplay looked, it looks like it's going to be playing with that balance really well of both that horror and
I'm cool with that. I feel like 6 is obviously regressing if it's a numbered title. If I want a Resident Evil game that's not a numbered title with a 6 action, you know?
Yeah.
Multiple players going on. I miss the cast, you know? I miss all these other people. I'm fucking tired of seeing Chris all the fucking time. The most boring character of the franchise. Like, I want to see all these people fuck around with each other again, you know? And that's why I like 6 a lot.
Yeah, 6 was, I think, like the most of the characters in one place at one time in one game. But no, I'm officially bought into this. There's fucking lichens, man. There's ghouls. There's these giant other beasts.
When we
and stuff
first
like that.
talked about this, you were not okay with this.
But I really wasn't. I really wasn't. Honestly, like I really wasn't.
I wasn't either, but I'm not as bugged about it as you were.
But I'm getting like really strong underworld vibes. Where like the vampires are the ones who are the top dogs. The lichens are their bitches. And like they kind of get sent off. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some sort of arc in the game where like the werewolves and the lichens are like, no, we're fucking taking over our territory because you're killing off the vampires.
What we need to do is bring Kate Beckinsale into the Resident Evil universe.
That would be dope.
That is what we need. That is what we need. I want that blue-eyed demonic angel to come save the day.
In that latex suit. Oh God!
Oh, please.
Childhood me learned things about myself when I watched that
Say
movie.
less. I don't want to get too riled up for you guys.
Cross-legged for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Like every episode. That's weird. Yeah, Resident Evil's, again, still doing a lot. They're having a pretty big collaboration coming up, too.
Fucking totally left field, but I'm really excited about this.
Really excited for a video game that just refuses to die.
Yeah.
And by the title, it's funny to say that.
Because it's not going to be done by Daylight. It's Dead by fucking Daylight.
It's
It's going to have a collaboration with Resident Evil.
As everyone knows, like if you're a fan of horror, every single horror legend but fucking Jason, because he had his own game, is in that fucking game.
And Dead by Daylight, you have the Saw Pig, you have Freddy, you have fucking Michael Myers.
Do not forget Ghostface Killer.
You have Ghostface Killer.
It's amazing.
You have so many different licensed
You got
people.
Jigsaw, bro. It's insane. It's insane.
Like, there's so many fucking dope characters in there. And now, we don't know quite yet who is going to be.
They only released a teaser that we would have left to show you.
But you know technical difficulties and all that fun stuff. That is not a ringtone that you just heard. Those are technical difficulties. And we moved past it. Anyway,
you know nothing.
Yeah, we do not know what of the pantheon
I was just checking my watch.
villains that they can use or that they're gonna use for Dead by Daylight. We don't know who's gonna be the actual killer.
It was just a hella teaser. All you heard was zombie voices.
Yeah, but I'm really excited because there's some absolute fucking monsters to choose from.
I'm glad that game never died, bro.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
It started so small and it just persisted its way up to such a fucking powerhouse.
And the thing is, too, it really has done that so quietly.
It has.
It's like, it's just done that under the radar. There's no fucking overhyped of it. There's like, they've just been steady about
no
the
false
game.
promises. They don't tell anything until they're ready to tell you something.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, there's like, yeah, there's keys and stuff that you can figure out from data mining and everything. But it just, one of the things about Dead by Daylight, even though it's a game that I don't really play anymore, I used to play a shit ton of it when it first came out. I was playing that game non-fucking stop. Like, that was me, my friend's game. Like,
I want to get back into it.
It's so much fun, but like, just as a person watching from a distance, I'm like, I enjoy being a Dead by Daylight fan because like I get to find out with everybody else. Like, oh, there's a brand you fucking you have Leatherface in the game. What the fuck? And it's like I think that's one of the games that it's so much fun to always hear news about. Like I never hear anything bad about.
Yeah, I'm not usually like a backseat gamer to franchises I'm not really playing. But like, I'm always like following the newest trailers, and I get really excited, even though I'm not playing the game. I get super excited about the newest shit.
So exciting.
Yeah, I really gotta download it. I'm almost dead ass by Daylight gonna download it after this podcast. Well, yeah, it's such a. I think that's like the collaboration that threw me off the most because it's all been usually like theatrical or really mainstream horror stuff. Like and Resident Evil is more like of a game thing. But Resident Evil, especially like after this announcement, it is like not really a game anymore. Now it's also a pop culture.
Yeah,
fucking
it really
name.
is.
Yeah,
I feel like it's really kind of going beyond its original scope of just being this,
we
we're
had
in Raccoon City. We're
we
so
had
far away from it.
multi-trilogy movies, and now we're getting another fucking reboot of a movie.
It's insane. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. But the real question is, it's not just we watch it. You also, hopefully want our opinion on things too, or what are our mindset. So with that, who do you think will be the killer? The Resident Evil representative.
Okay, as the easy answer, but like I'd be disappointed if it'd be anybody else. It has to be Nemesis.
Yeah, it really does.
And it has to be like first level Nemesis, not like I turned into a big ass tumor Nemesis. Like it has to be the regular OG Nemesis.
Because I feel the same way, but like, I have no idea how they're gonna do it with Nemesis.
Are you kidding me? He just walks slow after you. He's so nemesing, bro.
But he has weapons on him at all
That
times.
makes
he has
him
his
so
fucking
much
rocket
more
launchers,
menacing.
Gatling gun.
Exactly.
I think it's like
he just walks slow and then it's just. Oh my god! This guy's unstoppable.
I'm not gonna lie, that'd be the most terrifying thing in the game if all I heard in the fucking distance is just and just trees being mowed down and stuff.
Yeah,
that would be
it has
fucking
to be
terrifying.
Nemesis. What do you think?
I like, there's what's his name, like Fisker or something like that. Like, he seems like the one that makes a lot of sense in terms of like a game balance perspective, because he has that super speed that he can do, but it's like only so much and like in certain intervals, and he is like an intimidating human killer character, but like it really does just gotta be Nemesis. And I gotta agree with it.
But the thing's like zombies also get in Nemesis' way. He kind of also sees them as an obstacle.
True.
And from the teaser, I heard a lot of zombies in the background. So if you're hiding behind like hordes of zombies, that could be a way to slow Nemesis down.
That would be actually a really cool way to balance him. That like, because he's in the game, there are now zombies that you have to be aware of, but that he also needs to maneuver around or deal with to get to you. I think if that were the route, that is a super ambitious killer, and I think that would honestly.
I'm not gonna lie, I should be like a developer or something. I have the greatest ideas. I really do.
that's a phenomenal idea, and like, honestly, I think that should just be a game mode. If that were to be his character design and how things were built around him, I think that just should be a game mode. It's like, it's you as the survivors. It's just versus zombies and Nemesis at the same time, and just trying to navigate this as much as possible. That as a game just sounds amazing.
What if you're also like a zombie and you're getting hunted by like Leon and the rest of the cast?
All right, now we're going to some
That's a bit too much. That's a bit too much. Yeah, okay. When I said it out loud, yeah, that's a bit too much.
That's a whole game that needs to be developed.
Yeah, honestly, that sounds kind of cool. But weird collaborations. As far as weird collaborations go, this is a little offset from the zombies.
Kind of zombies, depending on how you look at it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like decaying flesh.
Uh-huh.
Rick and Morty and Rainbow Six is getting a fucking collaboration. Bro, Rick and Morty trips me the fuck out. Okay, because like I bought a flower pot from the flower pot store the other day, right? And I was like, this was kind of expensive. I know they go for cheaper. So I go to wish.com and I googled flower pots. And like a third of all of them had Rick and Morty branding.
That's insane.
I was tripping out. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know this franchise, but like, I feel like I really need to because it's inescapable. It is inescapable.
I think like in terms of just like sheer amount of market presence, I think Rick and Morty is probably the most dominant show in terms of just like marketing and like product and items.
The logo Rick and Morty, I think it's like synonymous with like Supreme or Palace, Off-White. It's everyone's dipping their toes with Rick and Morty like it's a brand. I mean, weird. I guess now it is.
It's weird too, because like even like just like the picture of like Rick and Morty too is like, it's not only is it brand, it's also like for people who like do a lot of recreational things on the weekends that may or may not be legal in most states and countries.
I gotta watch this show. Everyone's always talking about this pickle blue hair. I'm like, I'm so out of the loop, bro. So out of the loop.
So for the skins, I forgot which characters exactly are gonna have the skins itself, but one of them is a Pickle Rick skin, which is amazingly well done. And how they made it seem like a serious skin, but at the same time, it's a Rick and Morty
It
reference.
has to look lifelike, but still part of the universe.
And then they have I forgot the name of the bugs, the space bugs that kind of are like the space police across the entire way. Yeah, the ones that get blown up all the fucking time that Rick just like absolutely destroys.
Hates them.
The really dope armor that's inspired by their design and how it's set up. And then there's also just like a whole bunch of dope little add-ons for guns and for the amulets and emblems and stuff like that are all different references from so many different episodes. And there's honestly, not gonna lie, when I first heard Rick and Morty collab, I thought, oh, it's gonna be kind of ridiculous and like really on the nose.
But it looked grounded.
It looked so grounded and so well executed. And
Yeah.
like as a person who watched all 4 seasons, it's like
You said that with such pride.
because like, it took me a long time. Like I'm a fan, but I wouldn't consider myself like a true fan as a lot of people are. Like I'm a fan who's very casual about the show.
I'm not tripping because like the day I finished Clone Wars,
Uh-huh.
for at least a full week, I'm gonna bring it into conversations. So I just finished Clone Wars, right? You like that?
Dude, run that shit for a couple months, man. That's a
I've been doing it for years, and I'm not even halfway
that's
there.
a testament to finish that show from the start.
And I've been trying
It
really
requires work.
hard. I saw the first Clone War movies in theaters. That's how OG I am with the Clone War franchise. With my buddy Hubble, I remember that.
But yeah, it's dope to see this collaboration because also Rainbow Six Siege does a lot of really dope and random shit, like their April Fools
It's
events.
lasted so long, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, like, and they're I love how they're like serious, but can take away that serious tone too. Because I don't know if you saw this, but I don't know if it was they did this for this April Fools as well, but I know for sure they did it for the last one. For like a couple weeks, you played as a puppet version of the characters in game. And it was all like, oh, you're in a candy land. You're not killing people with each other. You're collecting candy and stuff like that. And
That
it
sounds
was
cool.
It was so ridiculous. And it was like the only time they've had like team deathmatch and stuff like that. Rainbow Six Siege, Dead by Daylight, I think like are both games that understand the balance of being serious but fun and also like able to just like let's just be ridiculous at the same time too.
The thing I really respect about those two franchises also is like they are live service games, and all in all, live service games are like the bad taste. And the way they figured it out and to keep their fucking community thriving still to this day is unbelievable. They're both old games.
They both have a soul, and it's rare to see a game in general have that.
Yeah.
I mean, just the fact that the Tachanka, I mean, I know that means nothing to you, hearing that name, but for our Lord and Savior Tachanka, you know, he was a meme for the longest time, and fucking the people who made Rainbow Six Siege are like, no, we're down with this. We love this meme. And like, all right, yeah, but what if you made him a Chad?
I gotta look into that. It's so funny.
And then they shifted the meta. So I think it's super dope. Brought to... Or go ahead.
Back to zombies.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go.
So we just saw WrestleMania. Oh, I mean, I didn't see it, but we just had WrestleMania.
Yes.
WrestleMania being one of his biggest things. I really want to watch it. If you can find me where I can watch it illegally, that'd be nice.
I can give you my Peacock login, and that's not...
Pause. Okay. But you being the biggest WrestleMania fan or wrestling fan, you got Dave Bautista.
Yes.
A big mascot. He has some big news.
One thing before I talk about that, shout out to Bad Bunny for putting in an amazing performance at WrestleMania. A lot of people counted him out.
There's a lot of headlines I wanted to click on, but I was like, I do want to watch it also.
I like, honestly,
Spoil it though, for sure.
From any celebrity that I've seen, in terms of just kind of like one-off celebrities, not celebrities transitioning to become wrestlers, Bad Bunny, I think he's the best like celebrity guest that I've ever seen.
That's it.
In the ring. He was so well committed. He really committed to training, to his in-ring performance.
Bro,
his promos were dope.
I think you're tripping. Donald Trump was the best one.
I mean,
Just kidding.
he did
Just
shave
kidding.
Vince McMahon's head.
That is kind of crazy though.
But on to the trailer. Batista, the fucking animal. We talked about it before last episode when we were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy and everything, and I had to talk about how glad I am to see the range. Dude, like, I had no idea about anything about this movie. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. The trailer drops, and I'm like instantly bought in. I have to see this movie opening fucking weekend. Just because
amazing.
it looks like Dead Rising meets like Left 4 Dead, meets fucking I Am Legend, because the zombies are super smart and they have a whole society and a whole bunch of that type of shit. And it's like, I'm so invested, and Batista's character looks like the biggest fucking badass.
Yeah, he does.
And like, I just can't fucking wait to see it.
Bro, he looks like fucking. Is his name Phoenix from Gears of War? Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, fun fact, he actually is a skin for Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro.
And he's
also,
the voice.
fun fact, we were neighbors with Coltrane from Gears
yeah.
of War.
We helped him move.
We helped him move.
We moved shit in his house.
And we spent so long helping him move. He stunk. Okay? And then, like, he's like, yeah, I'm going to give you guys a lot of money. I'm going to give you guys a lot of money, alright? He's talking all this hype shit. We're moving all this fancy furniture inside the house. He gave us, like, $20 a split.
Hey, man, he gave me the Coltrane woo, though.
That was kind of cool. That was pretty cool. But I was like, listen, he talks so much, but but it was so like really exciting. It's like, bro, like I love Gears of War. Like, I would love to help you. Sure,
I play you in multiplayer.
You're my favorite character. You're the only one with personality in the first game. You know, it's like, what's up? How you doing? So like.
Random fucking fun fact, one I actually kind of forgot about.
I forgot until we just talked about that. But also, while we're on Army of Darkness, Evil Dead Army of Darkness, Evil Dead is getting a number 4.
What?
Army of Darkness came out, almost 30 years ago.
Fuck,
almost 30 years ago, and Army of Evil Dead, is getting Evil Dead 4. It's already officially been fucking greenlit. It's happening. It's being filmed at the moment. There are rumors about a season 4 of Ash versus the Evil Dead coming out, but those are only rumors, right? But we're still getting Evil Dead 4, and I'm really hoping we get that James Levi, Bruce Campbell fucking collaboration finally. I really want that. I want I want her to stop doing that stupid musical show on NBC and fucking get back to her horror roots, because she's a horror fucking queen, alright?
Yeah.
Like, so that's happening. Super exciting.
So speaking of Army of Darkness too, also just add a little bit. I don't know if you know this, but fucking Bruce Campbell did like one of the funniest things for April Fools.
Bruce Campbell's gone.
For April Fool's Day, I don't know if you saw this, but he posted on Instagram. It's a picture of a script, and it's supposed to be in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, because Scarlet Witch has the Darkhold, right? At the end of WandaVision, spoilers, fuck it, if you haven't seen it, it's your fault.
It's an evil book.
Yeah, it's an evil book and whatnot.
Like Necronomicon.
So like the script, it's like it's from Doctor Strange's perspective. He's trying to like go to different universes to find the Darkhold, and he jumps in, and it's Ash's conversation with them. It's like, Doctor Strange's like, oh, have you seen this book or whatnot? It's like, something in me here is like, oh, you're talking about the one that's bound in flesh? And then Doctor Strange's like, wait, what the fuck do you mean?
Bro.
It was such a dope troll that he did, and it's like, what if fucking Ash was in the Marvel Universe?
That troll makes me sad, because Ash is in the Marvel Universe.
He is! It's Ash who fucking kills the Marvel Universe.
Ash Williams has multiple comics in Marvel. Many, actually. Yeah. And, oh my, that would be awesome.
The funniest thing too is it would not surprise me if that was actually canon, and we just don't know it yet.
This needs to happen, all right? Because he got like screwed so hard with Freddy vs. Jason 2. Like that was like, it was already greenlit. He was supposed to be in number 2. They canceled that last minute. That would have been the greatest of universes colliding ever. I dressed as him as Halloween. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm a big fucking fan of the Evil Dead franchise. But oh my god, we need him in the Marvel fucking MCU. Holy
it's like,
shit.
We're bringing some back of Sam Raimi stuff for potentially the new Spider-Man movie.
Exactly.
And, Bruce Campbell's always been a cameo in Sam Raimi movies, and it could be the thing.
Like, it's the running joke. He's always part of Sam Raimi. Yeah.
And it's like, we potentially, maybe, possibly.
At the very least, we need Ash in a Deadpool movie. At the very least, the very, very least.
I think those two need to interact with each other. But, like, Deadpool has to call in Bruce Campbell. Well, Bruce Campbell is playing Ash
together, so there's like information to write off from.
It's so weird to think that we're in a day and age now where like that.
So he calls him Ash, or he calls him Bruce, and then Bruce calls him Ryan.
No, like Bruce Bruce Campbell is Ash. Like,
Right.
he is Ash and plays the character as Ash, but Deadpool refers to him as Bruce Campbell, and Ash has no idea what.
Or like the Old Spice man. While you're killing zombies.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry, Taylor Cruz. I love the shit out of you. But Bruce Campbell is the best Old Spice man, hands down.
Because if you got it, use it. Because if you don't, you will lose it.
While wearing my cigar fucking coat, whatever.
So just some more zombie news. You know,
Yeah.
we're really excited about Evil Dead stuff. That's actually really dope. I didn't know that there was a fourth one coming out. Army of Darkness looks amazing.
Amazing.
Looks amazing. Looks really fucking dope. There's two other games, zombies related. One that's near dear to our heart, and one that seems interesting, but more kind of from a beauty aspect and less from a gameplay aspect.
So, Malcolm, do you want the near and dear to our heart, or do you want, like, the cool new shit first?
For Resident Evil.
No, just one of the two options.
Oh, cool new shit.
Cool new shit.
Cool
All
new
right,
shit.
you heard it here from my very own mouth. Okay, cool new shit. There is this game called The Day Before,
Mm-hmm.
and I fucking love how that title is always used and recycled throughout history. Yeah, like there's like the day after tomorrow, the day after, the day, like the day before. Now is like everyone's like fucking around with these titles, and it's cool. Cause like okay yeah like it's the precursor of what happened after or before, but the main topic is always what happened the day like following or before what the title say. You know, like that's actually what matters. But like, you know, if you guys played State of Decay or DayZ, there's this new game coming out the day before, as we said, and it looks like that, but with like that great fucking RTX 3090 fucking 8K. It looks fucking crazy. It looks crazy.
It's a beautiful fucking game. Everything visually looks really dope. And I think there's some also gameplay elements in there that I haven't seen before. Like the alarm one was super cool.
And they're holding a lot back too.
Yeah,
so
they're
we
holding a
don't
lot
know
back.
so much.
But kind of my first impression from seeing the trailer, it's that it's an interesting concept. I really need to see how it's gonna be actually, you know, done and how things are going and whatnot.
It looks very familiar though.
Yeah, it really does.
I expect new mechanics for sure, but I don't think it'll be new enough where it's gonna feel like a new game.
Yeah, and I think that's my biggest issue because like the game it's like, you know, we are in the ecosphere in gaming where battle royales are aplenty. You know, you drop in a spot, you scavenge a whole bunch of fucking guns and ammos and equipment and shit. You spend about 20 minutes doing that, and then the 5 minutes is actually fun of the game and interacting with other fucking players and shooting them down. This game feels like a longer version of that, just from like a visual test of the trailer.
Yeah, it's all stressed out, but the thing is,
Yeah.
like, you're playing with other people also, and they could be good guys or bad guys depending on if they're assholes or not. You know.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, do we need another DayZ kind of thing? And that's the real big kind of conflict I'm having with it.
My conflict is when DayZ and State of Decay came out, like they still both look like alpha games, and then we were hoping we'd get like a fully realized game like this that finally got finished. And it never did. Now we're finally getting a game like that that's fully realized and finished, and it looks like a AAA fucking game with the heavy mechanics. But the thing is, like, I've done this so much already, or it's like, okay, finally, like, I'm kind of getting what I want. But like, I don't know if I want it anymore.
Yeah, and it's a weird thing. That's
Yeah.
exactly the right phrasing to do it. It's like I know this mechanic. I've played this mechanic. I've done this so many different times. What the heck? Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. I've done this so many different times. It's like I don't know if I want to do it again. I don't know if I want to find a new platform where like this is the first time me going about this.
Yeah, and it looks really good. I don't know. I'm also at the point where it's like, I'm at this time, and I've been at this time for a long time. But I'm at this time where it's like, that's the kind of game you gotta play with friends, and I don't really have the schedule to be playing with friends like that.
Yeah,
You know?
It seems like you really need to get your squad together.
Yeah,
move
exactly.
as a unit, forge as a unit, fight as a unit, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know. There's too little known about the game, but right now really apprehensive. Not like Resident Evil where I'm like fully bought in, or Army of Darkness fully bought in. I want to wait and see, because sometimes knowing exactly what you're getting yourself into makes it that much more enjoyable. Which segue, we know exactly what we're getting ourselves into for the next fucking game that we're talking about.
And if you need a clue, or okay, first clue, remember this is zombie themed. Second clue.
That was really good sound effects for it. I was gonna try and go for it, but that was so much better.
I don't know if I did it justice, but it was pretty close. It was pretty close.
We were born and raised by the arcade, so to see this title, House of the Dead
Remake. So exciting. Before we get into this, let me tell you a quick story real quick. We are day one fucking House of the Dead fans. We're fucking obsessed, alright? We were born from a man who worked in the arcade business, so our babysitters were arcade games. That's what we knew for most of our lives, right? It really was. And we liked that game so much that we even bought the take-home version of House of the Dead and Time Crisis to play at home, even though we fucking beat the shit out of it so many fucking times already. Like, we had infinite tokens.
Remember, like, we would have sometimes the machines at our home because our dad would fix them.
And all our homies would come over and fuck around in the garage. We had our own arcade.
Like, we beat that game countless times. Never paid for it.
Yeah. So where I wanted to get at, side story, I don't know if I told you this. Okay, so House of the Dead 4 just came out, brand spanking new. We just installed it at a new movie theater, you know. Ooh, I'm so excited, right? You know, and arcade games, being arcade games, you cannot leave. You cannot take breaks. You're stuck there.
Yep.
I was on like a fucking 2.5 hour, 3 hour binger with fucking House of the Dead 4. And I was like, I was into it. It's like, I know I'm almost done. I had a shit so bad. So bad. And like in the middle of it, I had a shit so bad. But I was committed. I'm gonna finish this fucking game. And let me tell you, I finished the fucking game. Give me a high five.
Nice. Hey.
And in transit to running to the restroom, I shit myself on the way there. I threw my toilet in the toilet seat. I threw my drawers in the toilet seat. Walked away quietly. Hoped I would take care of the smell it did. And my dad asked, "Did you shit yourself?" I was like, "No, I just ripped ass." And he's like, "It still smells." I haven't stopped ripping ass.
Immediately stopped.
Take me home because I got to shit. It's gas. It's just that's
gas.
my story.
And if that doesn't tell you how much we love this series, that we're willing to share ourselves for it, then I don't know what will.
I don't know what will.
Oh my god, I really don't know how to follow that.
The mic is yours.
I will try my best. Watching the trailer, it's super cool to see. You know, the game looks super campy. But honestly, I'm more happy that it does look that way. Because
I was worried when they said remake. Like I was like, is it gonna look like hyper realistic and new? Yeah.
That's something I was super afraid of because like that game is like super like, even like, take away the graphics and everything. That game is really ridiculous. Like it is not a serious game whatsoever.
Like it's still like dark, scary, ominous. But like when you shoot the zombies, you know, it's like,
and even like just a random fucking bat creature shows up and stuff like that.
Random giant larvae jumping at you and shit.
Yeah, it's like the game isn't really that serious, and I love that they're kind of keeping that campy vibe to it. And you know, the gameplay is super fucking simple: point, gun, shoot. Put gun away from screen to reload. Yeah. And fucking keep on shooting.
I like the newer ones, you know, because they added this revolutionary thing. They added a grenade button. It was big.
Game changing.
It
really was though, kind of. And it's like
then instead of shooting off to reload, you had to jerk that shit off. And then go back to shooting.
Oh, that's really true, actually. But yeah, so it's just super dope to just see that really campy vibe and to see that like, it's really, I'm interested to kind of come back to it because that's like an innocent time in my life where it's like, I want to see that and kind of have that same feeling of nostalgia.
Honestly, like I don't really want to like repurchase the game and buy the peripherals that go with it to do it. I hope they also transition that remake into the arcade so I could play it in arcade format.
I think that honestly, that is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
That is the best thing to do, and if
so.
they don't do it, I would honestly be genuinely surprised. Because
as far as monetization goes and COVID regulations, even though it's using a lot better, like it's a hard transition.
Yeah, but at the same time too, like for those, so this is giving you an insight on the industry that probably absolutely no one knows about for probably good reason. But in the arcade industry, House of the Dead does phenomenally well. The original House of the Dead does the best compared to the rest of them.
It really does. It's so funny.
You wouldn't think that old fucking.
We would install the old one next to like a brand new Aliens game. Looks beautiful, shiny fucking lights. House
Has
of
the
the Dead's
grenade
making
button.
more money. Has the grenade button. We installed the old ones with like the sensors like cockeyed, where it's like you're aiming straight, but it's a couple centimeters to the left.
Those are more than centimeters, alright. But yeah, like there's something about that game that like. No matter what generation, people are still kind of drawn to it, and it's campiness. So I would love to see it in an arcade. I think that would be super cool. And it's like, you don't see new arcade games really from like old series and stuff like that. So it'd be dope to see that again. But at the very least, we got a reintroduction back to the series that we fucking love, and that kind of needs that silliness. We're talking a lot about zombies. A lot of these zombies stuff that's super serious, very like, end of the world, dire situations, and now it's like this one, it's like, alright, this one's super campy, we get it, but you're gonna have fun with it. And I'm really excited to see how that remake plays out.
Yeah, it's already approved and tested and resilient, and
you can't go wrong with the game.
Can't go wrong. I feel like we're nearing to a close, but since this is the zombie episode, I want everyone's favorite zombie memory. Let's start with Malcolm.
As in zombie movie?
Zombie memory. It could be a movie, a game, whatever you want.
Well, Zombieland.
Zombieland is a good one.
Tap twice.
Saw it at the Chinese Man Theater.
That's
Yeah,
a
you
really,
gotta shoot
really
it.
good one.
And it's down, and you gotta shoot it again just to make sure. But don't
I
miss
love
the
the whole I love the rules by it and how flashy they made the rules. Like everything about Zombieland was so exciting.
It was.
And just being like native to LA, like it's cool that it's like in LA towards the end. That's where they're trying to get to in the end. And it's like it's just like, oh, like I know where these places are. and it's cool to see it overrun by zombies, like it's interesting. And like Zombieland's a good one. What do you like so much about Zombieland?
I just love their rules.
Yeah,
the rules really
The
did.
fucking rules were just, they hit because it's like, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's such a small story note that they really add in, but it has such a like significance in world building for them.
Yo.
And the rules weren't like a one-off or like a niche. Like they're also meant to be broken. Like when don't be hero. I was like, I kind of want to pipe this chick. I'm gonna be a hero.
Sometimes it only stand for it.
Alright, so that's me. I go next, or you can go next? Okay, so
I have nothing in mind yet.
mine is kind of a split. Both are video game related, obviously. The first one, I mentioned this before.
You're taking my engine out at that.
The moment of like watching The Flood for the first time, kind of like shuffle out of the vents. That was super dope. But I think the one moment that stands out, like the biggest in terms of zombie stuff for me, was the first time I heard a witch pop off when I'm playing the game. Like not from the trailer, not from watching other people's gameplay, but like knowing that, oh shit, we woke up the witch, and hearing that scream for the first time.
That was gonna be my like. It feels like I was in the fucking movie.
Yeah,
like, I was a part of it, bro.
Like that's one of the few times in gaming where like I forgot that I was watching something fake.
Everyone is stressed out. Like it doesn't matter how great you are as a gamer. Once you hear that fucking banshee fucking scream,
Unmatched.
everyone now is like, all right, that's the focus. But you're still juggling with all the other bullshit going on around
like,
you.
The tank is scary. The
we haven't
boomer's
said
scary.
the title, Left 4 Dead.
Yeah,
Okay,
Left 4
4
Dead. The tank is scary. Hearing the music, the boomer, hearing that.
Yeah, I like that one. But the thing's like you feel like you're in the movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's the first time like game, especially a zombie themed game. Now it's like normal, but like we're OG zombie fans. But like fucking like it felt like you bump into a car alarm goes off, like that's still pretty.
That was
Even today that's weird for a video game.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's
like,
too realistic for a video game.
That game is old as shit.
It is old as shit. And it still holds up. That's why I'm really excited for Back 4 Blood. Yeah, that's a great answer.
Yeah, that would be my answer for sure.
I guess I gotta give a different one. Zombieland would have been my follow-up, honestly.
I mean,
I don't want to say Evil Dead because we had this big ass Evil Dead
do you want me to
conversation.
give you like? You want me to like?
I don't want to give you any pass, alright?
Alright.
As far as zombie goes, the first time I was proud to actually openly talk about zombies in like a fucking crazy maniacal way was when 28 Days Later came out. Because that's the first time zombies were actually fucking taken seriously. That movie was deep. There was so much story. It was finally, I think it was like the first zombie story where the zombies weren't like the focal point. That you were just in the zombie universe, but fucking people were the problem. Like it was. It was like a regular movie, and then they added the zombie skin on it. It's kind of like the reason why Rogue One got me into Star Wars. But I was already an OG zombie fan. But that was like the first one, and Fido following afterwards. That really got like the general populations like talking about zombies.
Yeah, honestly, like, and fun little fact, or I don't know how fun it is. I cannot get through that movie again. It's
stressful.
It's such a stressful movie.
Yeah.
I've tried to rewatch that movie because it is a phenomenal movie.
When they get to the military, it's like, bro, I miss the zombies.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are like this military is worse.
Yeah, it's just. But that's how you know it's such a great fucking movie.
Yeah,
the emotions it's trying to convey, like you feel all of them.
And now that's the normal. We get that from The Walking Dead. We get it from The Last of Us. But they were the first ones to really manipulate zombies that way.
Yeah, I think the only other movie I can think that in terms of doing it early wise or like kind of cinema would be, I think, what's the one with the mall? Is it
that one's, I want to say the remake of Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
When the baby is born. That is
something that wasn't done before, and it really hasn't been done afterwards. But like it immediately got shot afterwards, so I love the oh shit factor about it. But it was resolved the second it came out of the vagina.
At the same time, though, it's like for me, I think the reason why like that scene is such a standout is because that's a daring fucking scene to do.
It is daring.
That we're gonna show you a dead baby an undead baby, and we're gonna kill it in front of you.
Yeah.
And that was like, damn. And the whole thing was, protect the pregnant woman, make sure she's safe.
Fortunately, the baby isn't really born with mature nails and teeth yet, so, because they would have fucking chewed its way out of there.
Yeah, that would be crazy to see.
Like, that's because, at first, honestly, up until right now when you're talking about it, and I was going to say this, bro, like, why didn't the baby eat her out? But I thought about it, and I was like, no, actually.
No teeth, no nails.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, it could have seemed like she had a real baby who was just a really good kicker in there, So, yeah. I wish they played with that a little more, though. Like, at least let it live for a day longer, because you still got to deal with, like, the mom is still having, a child, you know? Like, sure, we got to kill it, but we don't have to kill it now. It's not like it's going to infect anybody,
Yeah, true, but it was still just like a daring cinema.
Very daring,
choice, and like really kind of solidified, at least for me, just, all right, we're really hitting this like epitome of
that
stuff.
movie really didn't have, it wasn't like 28 Days Later where it's like a movie with a zombie on top of it. It was definitely a zombie movie. That was the focal point. But they played with things a lot more differently than I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Like when they're on rooftops playing with chess with each other, they showed how to still be human despite being in the middle of apocalypse.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is pretty cool.
There's a lot of dope character moments, and it just ends so fucking sad. Like there's no hope for humanity.
The one moment that threw me off was like the one moment in that movie. I'm glad you mentioned that movie. Like, how would you think of this unless you were a part of this reality? How would you think of it? Okay, and that moment for me was when he would write a celebrity lookalike, and the sniper would have to find that celebrity lookalike and shoot them. He would write in Oprah, showed up, he has to look for the Oprah zombie lookalike, shoot Oprah, and then he gives them the, yeah, you got it, that's what I was looking for. How would you think of that?
You know what, I never thought about that till now, but like that is... Like, I think those scenes, I took them for advantage. But thinking about that now, like that was just beautiful fucking character development.
Very beautiful character
And
development.
it's like it's so subtle, and like I didn't even think about it, but it's like, all right, I get this world, I understand it. Like I fully believe what's going on. Shit, I never thought about that.
Crazy.
That's a dope movie. All right,
Crazy.
zombie movies are actually a lot more in depth than most people would take
Very
for it.
much so. Even the oldies, and now like we're experiencing new things like Train to Busan is like we're like breaking new boundaries
Yeah,
here.
and hopefully Army of Darkness does something new and original.
I don't think they'll do anything new or
really isn't.
original.
It
I don't
seems like a
think-
full-fledged
not even
action
close.
film.
Exactly. It seems like a popcorn movie,
But
but I'm
like-
gonna be there with a big ass bucket of popcorn.
But they're kind of setting up Batista to be some sort of like a full-fledged character, so I want to see what's going on.
Yeah. It's gonna. I hope it's franchised, but it's not gonna be something to take seriously because, like, all right, they are putting themselves to danger to look for cash money in the apocalypse.
In
Like,
Vegas.
In Vegas. So, like, all of that makes no sense to me. I already know it's full of shit, but I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah.
But that is our episode.
Thanks for
This
watching.
was our zombies episode. Hope you enjoyed it.
We love you.
We apologize for the technical difficulties in the beginning, but hopefully it was funny to watch.
We're gonna be dope as fuck soon, though.
You know we will. But till then. We'll
Till
catch you next
then,
week.
later. Thank you.